When was the last time you really slowed down and took the time to look around and see all of the beauty that is hiding in plain sight? When was the last time that you stopped to notice and really appreciate all of the magic inside every ordinary day and all of the things that surround you? That is what we're diving into today. Hey, friend, welcome to the show. There are so many things in our day to day lives that we should be grateful for that we honestly just don't even notice anymore. We just don't think about them and we kind of take them for granted. And that's natural. We aren't doing anything wrong. But today, I want us to slow down together and really take some time to notice and appreciate all of the amazing things we are surrounded by every day. So my grandmother is 95 years old. She is still with us, thank goodness. And she will almost get offended if people say something about the good old days. She is always like, they don't know what they're talking about, or I don't think they remember how hard it was back then. She always reminds me, like, life was really hard. And she always says, these are the good old days. And she's totally right, but sometimes we forget that. So this episode is just a gentle reminder of all of those little things in our everyday life. There really is so much good that we can see when we just take the time to see it. I mean, think about it. Just the fact that we can flip a switch and suddenly the whole room is lit up is kind of amazing. And that is something that my grandmother has commented on many times through my life. She really thinks of it as like kind of a magical thing that she can just flip a switch and have light. Or how about the fact that our homes have air conditioning and heating? Listen, I live in Texas, y'all, and it gets hot, like really freaking hot in the summer. And I often think about people who lived here and moved here back in the, 1800s or whatever, before there was air conditioning, and it blows my mind. I mean, ladies, can you imagine dealing with night sweats and hot flashes without your air conditioner? What a beautiful thing that I can turn my air conditioner down to 68 degrees and sleep nice and cool, even if it's over 100 outside. That is a gift. Or waking up nice and warm and cozy in January when it's freezing outside and snowing or ice on the ground. We have electricity. We have running water. We have toilet paper. Those people back then would have been thrilled to have toilet paper. It really is all pretty incredible when you stop to think about it. Even just sitting here right now recording this, I can look around this room and realize how much I have at my fingertips just right here. I have a giant stack of books over on the side of my desk, and I can grab one of those anytime I want or download one instantly on my phone in seconds. And I mean, the phone, hello. Obviously, phones can be an issue. We know that. They're not all good, but they're not all bad either. It's kind of a miracle, all the things we can do on our phones. And don't even get me started on grocery store pickup. The fact that I can sit on my couch in my robe, order my groceries, and then some other beautiful human goes and gathers them all for me, and they'll even deliver them to my door? What a blessing. And what about Amazon? My goodness. I can think of almost anything that I want and have it on my front porch within 24 hours. Seriously, y'all, what a time to be alive. As a Gen Xer, we kind of love to talk about how rough we had it when we were kids, especially talking to our own children. Like they can't possibly appreciate all of the things that they have access to now and how easy they have it. And we're not wrong, right? Like we had to wait for our favorite TV show to come on Thursdays at 8 o'clock. We had to sit through commercials. And the only time we got to watch cartoons was on Saturday morning. And yeah, we drank out of the water hose. And if you wanted to research something or write a paper, you had to actually go to the library, find your little card, go find your book, do a bunch of research. That took hours. And now our kids can literally watch anything they want at any time of the day or night, no matter where they are almost. They actually carry more computing power in their pocket than NASA had when they sent a man to the moon. What? How insane is that? And of course, we tease them about it. And this is normal, right? Every generation does this. Everyone thinks they had it rough. But if we really zoom out to like the 1700s or the 1800s, that is a whole nother level. So let's just go there for a second. Let's just picture your average middle-aged woman in the 1700s, somewhere rural, no light switches. She's up with the first light because candles are precious. The hearth has to be stoked before anything else happens. Water is not a tap away. Someone has to fetch it from the well or the stream. Laundry is a full body workout. Can you imagine doing laundry back then? I don't even like doing laundry now. She is baking bread to either eat or barter with. Preserving food is a constant labor because you can't just throw it in the fridge or the freezer. And those books, they are rare in many homes. And people share or reread the same ones for years. Privacy? Very limited. Rooms are small. Have you ever gone to see a log cabin? Those families were fitting like 10 people in those things. And most of them, the whole cabin is smaller than my living room now. And everyone's squeezing in together at night. Like, I'm still a little confused how they managed to have so many kids when all the kids were there all the time. And what about those beds? First of all, they were small and certainly not the most comfortable things in the world. A lot of mattresses were filled with straw. Doesn't that sound cozy? Even in large houses and castles, the rooms were compact and the beds look petite compared to what we sleep in now. If you've ever toured like an old home or a castle, you have seen this firsthand. My husband and I went to Scotland, and that was my first experience touring castles. And y'all, even royalty slept in these teeny tiny beds compared to like our king size bed. We live better than queens now. So I don't know if you have read the series Outlander. I can tell you that I am completely obsessed with that series. It is my all-time favorite, all time. Like, I love it so much. And by the way, before anyone asks, I am a total book snob when it comes to Outlander. I did watch the series for a couple of seasons, but I had to bail. They just didn't stay true enough to the books for my liking. And the books are so stinking good. And I just couldn't take it. Even though I do love myself some Sam Heughan, let's be honest. But for those of you who have not read the books, the series follows Claire, and I will not give you spoilers because I want you to read it if you haven't. I love it so much. But the basics are she travels from the 1940s back to the 1740s. And yeah, the contrast is pretty jarring. And there's a lot of references to all of that stuff throughout the series, especially around medicine and really just all of the modern conveniences that we have. The author does a great job of just showing how ease was really scarce back then and labor ran the day. So fast forward to recent years, I live in the Dallas, Texas area, and over the last few years, we've had a few really pretty bad ice storms. Now, we are super fortunate because we never actually lost electricity in our house, but a lot of people did, like a whole lot. And because it was such a big problem, as it was going on, I kept thinking, man, what will we do if we do lose electricity? The roads were terrible. Hotels were completely packed. And we would have had to figure out what to do about our pets. Like, we have a dog, and we might have could found a pet-friendly room, possibly. But my son has an African fat-tailed gecko and a snake. Not my idea. And, if we had to leave our home, those animals may not have made it. Probably they wouldn't have made it. And of course, in our house, we used to have a fireplace, but honestly, we never used it. So several years back, we pulled that sucker out and we put in a big window instead that looks out over our backyard and our pool. And I love, love, love that window. But I'll tell you, in that moment, I was a little panicked because I knew of other friends and family who were dealing with no electricity and they were all huddled around the fireplace. And it's how they were staying warm. And we were not going to have that option. So it was a little scary. But even without that, just on a normal day, if your electricity goes out, it can be a little humbling. At first, it's kind of fun. It's kind of cute. You get out your candles. It's just a minor inconvenience. But the longer it goes on, you start to really notice all the things you can't do. And it's like, oh, wait, I can't make coffee. Oh, wait, I can't put a load of clothes in the wash. I can't do any work. All of my work is on the computer. I can't watch TV. you just start to realize really fast how many parts of your life depend on electricity. The good thing is that awareness is fertile ground for gratitude. Gratitude is not about ignoring the hard stuff. It's just about noticing what is already good and giving the good stuff equal playing time in your brain. There are studies that actually show that a consistent gratitude practice rewires the neural pathways. It boosts feel-good neurotransmitters. It supports better sleep. Lord knows we need more of that, right? It reduces stress and it strengthens relationships and generosity. Gratitude actually trains your brain to scan for the good instead of the bad, which changes how you show up for yourself and your people. I like to think of gratitude as strength training for your mindset. The more reps you do, the stronger it becomes. This midlife season that we're in, it really does have a way of stripping away the noise and showing to you what actually matters. The quiet morning where no one needs you, that first sip of delicious coffee in the morning, a nice walk around your neighborhood, spending good quality time with the people that you love, reading a good book that you can download in seconds. Joy hides in ordinary places until we train ourselves to see it. All right, I've got 3 things that I'd like you to try this week, or just pick one of them. Number 1, a gratitude scavenger hunt. This one's super quick. Right now, in this moment, just look around you, and I want you to notice at least 5 things that you use every day that someone from the 1700s would lose their mind over. Maybe it's your coffee maker, or the car you're driving, or the cushy tennis shoes you have on your feet while you're out for your walk, or the fact that you're listening to this on that tiny device that holds a whole library in your pocket. Just pause and let it sink in. Let yourself be awed by it. All right, number 2 is just take a slow walk through your house. Just walk through your home room by room and look around and notice all of the little things that would be like magic to your great-grandmother. Your refrigerator, your kitchen faucet, your washer and dryer, the thermostat on your wall, the music coming out of your speaker. And as you do this, I want you to really imagine your life without that thing. That is a huge perspective shift. All right, number 3, I want you to consider habit stacking your gratitude. Now, I am totally stealing this from Atomic Habits. If you have not read that book, highly recommend. But basically, the idea here is you want to tie your gratitude practice into something that you already do every single day. So maybe it's while you brush your teeth every morning. Just think of one thing that you're grateful for. It could even be the fact that you have a toothbrush and toothpaste. Just keep it simple, just one thing. It can be a big thing, but it can also be a really tiny thing. It can be extraordinary or ordinary. You're just training your brain to notice. And the more you practice noticing, the more that beauty will show up. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, I would ask that you do me a big favor. Go rate it, write a review, or share it with someone you know who needs to hear this today. All of that helps other women find the show and helps us spread the love. All right, y'all, that's all I've got for today. Go be fabulous. Make sure you take my free Shift Happens quiz to find out what you're really craving next in midlife. Or if you think you might be ready to dive into one-on-one coaching with me, book a free clarity call. You'll find both links right below the video.